And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the next part of the Pokemon Gold walkthrough, where we continue taking on Team Rocket within Goldenrod City. Just a quick little thing on where I've been. This is my first upload in about a week and a half now. More stuff going on with work. We finished up inventory, and basically we've been doing a lot of catching up. Had to go help out another store in a different city for the past couple of days. So I've just been very busy lately. And before we start off with Team Rocket, we have a little run-in with our rival and have our third, is it our third? I believe it's our third battle with them. Alright. So anyways, obviously just like with any other one, it depends on who you pick, but majority of what he has is fairly the same. Start off with Golbat, level 30, Wing Attack, Confuse Ray, Bite, and Leech Life. Using Giraffe Rig makes very quick work of him. Well, okay, somewhat quick work. Test practice for this part had a lot of its ups and downs, and it all comes through in this. For one thing, every time I get confused, I kick the shit out of myself, and I fall asleep for literally like what felt like 5 to 6 turns. And so this is a very slow-paced video. In fact, this part takes up about a good 20 minutes, which could have been a lot shorter if it wasn't for a fact that Giraffe Rig kept smacking himself in the face, and other areas where, you know, they'd fall asleep for a certain amount of turns, get confused again and kick the shit out of themselves, but, you know, finally got through to it and was able to confuse him into extinction. Next up is our first look at the Pokemon Sneasel, my all-time favorite Pokemon in Pokemon. You know, the Sneasel's the Pokemon that got me into loving ice types. I don't know what it was. When I was a kid and I faced my rival here, my first time seeing the Sneasel, I just knew that I had to have Sneasel, and it led me to liking ice types. But anyway, Sneasel level 32, Feint Attack, Leer, Quick Attack, and Screech. Not exactly the best built Sneasel, especially at a level 32. You know, by that point, you could at least give him at least an Ice Punch, but for whatever, it seems like with rivals, they don't really go too far out of their way to teach them too many TMs, only what they can already learn. For Alligator, level 32, Bite, Scary Face, Rage, and Water Gun. Again, also depends, you know, you could be going against either a, let me see here, I can't seem to be pulling it up. I do believe that by this point your rival has a Meganium. However, if you chose a Total Dial, because the fact that Typhlosion, you don't get Typhlosion to level 36, and when you go into your rival, his main's level 32, he'll still only be a Quilava. Anyways, Magnemite, level 28, Sonic Boom, Thunder Wave, Tackle, and Thunder Shock. So I found that very interesting that they keep it exactly the same, even based on level types, just because. Also, for Alligator had... Oh, I already went through for Alligator. I'm losing my mind here. And then finally, Haunter, level 30, Shadow Ball, Lick, Curse, and Mean Look. Now, I do believe, okay, because I still cannot stand Curse, just shoving a nail in your eye. And I use Sing because when I was recording this, I wasn't really paying attention. You know, I kept out Ampharos going against Magnemite because I wasn't paying attention. I used Sing because I wasn't paying attention. Luckily for me, it worked though. But where was I going with this? Oh yeah, okay. I have Typhlosion that was shown in the last video. Well, it wasn't shown in the last videos that I went through and did a lot of TMs for some of my Pokemon. So, you know, Typhlosion now has Thunder Punch and Fire Punch. And I think the other, I can't see here. Pidgeotto, I think Pidgeotto stayed exactly the same. Quagsire, I gave him the move Sludge Bomb, the one that we got from that one Traffic Guard after dealing with Team Rocket up at the Lake of Rage. And we're actually going to be using Quilava because he is the lowest level, and we're going to be using the whole entire section because it's just, like I said, he's under-leveled compared to everyone else. And with moves like Ice Punch and Surf, it can dispose of, because we're going against mainly normal type and poison type, so they can be very easily taken care of. And I mainly use Sludge Bomb when going against normal types, just so that I can show off what Sludge Bomb is. Sludge Bomb is the most powerful poison type move in the game. It has about 80 damage, a very high chance of poisoning your opponent, and it really is just an all around a pretty good move to have. Anyways, but like I was saying earlier, you know, this video has its ups and downs. One of the biggest downs. This part has a little maze. We have 3 switches. You have to turn them on and off, and depending on the orders that you decide to turn them on and off, will vary the various doors that can open up. Finding the way to get out correctly is very simple. You go to the very far left one, you do that one, the middle one, and then the one very far right in that order. 3, 2, 1, and you can get out. There is, however, an item, not a hidden item. There are 2 hidden items in this area, and I show both of them. There is one sticking out item, and for whatever reason, I cannot figure out the combination in order to get to it. I swear to God, I got to the point where I was practically pulling my hair out because I was trying every combination I could think of to be able to get to it. None of them worked, and I got to the point where I said, you know what, fuck it, I'll show it to them, and that's it. You know, and if anyone goes out of their way and says, oh, well, this is 100% run because you didn't go and get it. Yeah, well, you know what, fuck you. You know, and if you know how to get to it, go ahead, comment, be a smartass, being like, oh, all you gotta do is this in order to get to it and whatnot. You know what? I'll say it again to you. Fuck you too. I don't really give a shit. You know, I show it off, and, you know, if you know where it is, bravo for you, but I just don't give a shit. I really don't. I'm sorry. But again, the majority of this video, not even a majority, the whole entire video is taking the rest out of, is basically taking care of the rest of Team Rocket and showing a little cool trick that you can do in the department store in order to get a certain amount of items. There really isn't too much else that goes on within this area. Like I said, there are 2 hidden items, only a few other items to pick up after that. It's just basically, you know, like I said, the exact same, it's just going through, taking on Team Rocket, going against the same Rattata, Muck, Coughing, very little else thrown in to make it any more interesting than what it blatantly is. I mean, the maze, when you're first doing the maze as a kid, I mean, it obviously is confusing as what the combination can be, but, you know, you got, you know, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 3, you know, 3, 1, 2, 1, 3, 2. Those are basically your basic combinations that you can use, and, you know, one of them is bound to work. And if you ever mess up, all you gotta do is just go to the staircase, come back, and try again. Or you can turn them all back to the off feature and try again. But for whatever reason, out of all those combinations, none of them seem to work with me getting to that one item in the bottom left-hand part of the maze. And you'll see it, you know, I'll showcase where it's at. But for whatever reason, no matter what combination I try to make for it, it just would not work. And I can't understand. You know, there's only so many combinations you can do with only 3 buttons. And considering the fact that none of them would go to it, it probably means that, you know, you gotta go through the 3 switch buttons and then go from there. You have to be like 2, 3, 1, then you have to close number 3, and then close number 1, and then open number, then be like open number 3 again in that order. I mean, it can be just so, maybe it is that confusing just to get a simple item. And the item itself isn't really all that a big deal to get. Looking at it, it's a smoke ball, and what a smoke ball is, oh, actually, that might actually be something I don't know. I think a smoke ball basically increases ghost type damage. Yeah, okay, so what it is, it's a smoke ball, and like I said, what I'm guessing, allows definite escape from wild Pokemon. So basically, okay, so what the smoke ball is, you put it on a Pokemon, and then what you can do is, no matter what, you can always escape a battle. It's, you know, simple as that. You can always escape it. Not a huge thing, not something to actually, I mean, I think what was the price that you could sell it for? I mean, maybe you'd want to go out of your way to get it if you could get a certain amount of money for it. And it looks like all of those hidden type item things it only sells for 100. It's not worth the headache it's basically, what I'm trying to tell you is that the smoke ball isn't worth the headache to get going out of your way to acquire the item if all you're going to be having it for is to help you flee from Pokemon all the time. You know, which, I mean, I guess if you're talking about going through caves, you know, that'd be a good thing to have. But if you want to not battle Pokemon when going through caves, make sure that your head Pokemon's a high enough level and just use super repels. You know, and you won't even have to worry about taking the time of even running into a Pokemon. It just, I don't know, Smoke Ball just doesn't seem like the kind of item, again, that's worth the headache to get it. But you can see it. It's right there, right in the screen. You know, you can look to the left in this one specific area. You can get a revive there. And if you want to try and go and get that item, be my guest. You know, if a smoke ball is really that important to you, go out of your way and get it. But it's just not worth it in my eyes. But yeah, here's what you do. You just got to go switch number 3, switch number 2, switch number 1, and that's basically it. You just go right through. And on the way down, we're gonna have another burglar we're gonna be fighting that has a little bit more of what we can fight. You know, as far as like having a thrown in fire Magmar type, and then another Team Rocket grunt, a few more Team Rocket grunts. Talk to the the radio tower commissioner, and then just go from there. Now, one of the things, okay, because we went against our rival, and some people kind of go out of their way to compare the rival of Generation 2 to the rival of Generation 1, saying that he's not as good as a rival. The rival in Gen 1, always pissing you off, always getting a step ahead of you, becoming the Elite Four champion, all that. I kind of like Silver within Generation 2. Not someone that's always trying to go out of his way to be better than you. He's just a normal. He's just a random rival. He's a guy that you just randomly run into on occasions, and he just faintly remembers losing to you and just wants to make that up by beating you. And he says that his dream is to be the best. Well, the fact is, his dream isn't so much to be the best. His dream is to basically prove he's better than his father, Giovanni. That's his ultimate goal. And by losing to a punk like me, it kind of makes it seem like, okay, maybe I'm not as good as my father is, so, and it kind of just makes him a little bit more interesting of a rival, because he's not trying to go out of his way to fight you. You just randomly run into him. But the biggest thing about him is the music, the beforehand music, the battle music, the aftermath music. All of it really works well in his favor, and I think that's probably why he's my favorite rival in Pokemon. It also because the fact that Gen 2 is my favorite generation, and that just makes him my favorite. I don't know. Going against him in Gen 4 and the remake Heart Gold Soul Silver were okay, but there's just something to be said about the Gen 2 fights that you had against him that are just a lot of fun, especially, I know Gen 1 had 2 where you just randomly run into him, but it's like, in Generation 1, here's the sleep powder where I just fall asleep for like 5+ turns. But Generation 1, you started off, here is your rival. They started off by saying he's been your rival since you were a baby, and then you even get to name him right then and there. He's your rival from the get-go. In Generation 2, this is just some random guy that stole a Pokemon, and then once you get into a battle with him, that's when you realize that, oh shit, this guy's gonna be my rival possibly. And then you just keep running into him again and again, sometimes with a battle, sometimes without a battle, and it just gets I don't know, it just makes him stand out more as a rival in my eye. He wasn't destined to be my rival. He hasn't been my rival since childbirth. He's just some random guy that I've ran into a few times. That's what makes a really good rival right there. Anyways, goddamn, I don't know. I'm starting to really respect all the areas that had all the Pokemon statistics I can read off more and more, because there is a lot less to talk about within ones where all you're doing is going against other trainers. Am I really gonna sit there and be like, and now Gloom uses Acid? It's not very effective because I'm ground type. And now I'm using Ice Punch because it's a grass type. It's super effective. I gained 706 experience. I am paralyzed and have 29 health. I gained 1,000 Pokédollars. I did a jump cut because I had to stop and start recording again to make sure my video didn't screw up. And isn't it funny that there are actually some videos out there that they actually talk exactly like that, like all dull and monotone. This is a full heal. I will, I think I might actually do that for a part, just to troll YouTube. I'll just like go out of my way, make a 30-minute part. The whole entire time just be like, I'm walking down. I turn right. Exclamation point. I'm not going any farther. It's Team Rocket again. What does he have? It's pitch black. I don't know if I may actually just do that. I don't know, because I didn't do anything for April Fool's Day. I might save it for next year's April Fool's Day, because then people will forget about it. And just make a joke video where the whole entire time I'm just monotone, most boring video I could ever imagine on making. And within luck, it'll probably be my most successful video next to the SGB tribute top 20 video. And again, with the Dragon Ball Z Boost Fury, I still, even today, I'm still very confused on how that one gained in popularity like I did. And obviously, I don't mean popularity as in like, oh, it's hitting like 1 million views, you know, fuck that. You know, 7,000 views, I mean, that's quite a lot to me. In fact, it's pretty close to being soon to hit around 10,000 views. In fact, I'm almost at a grand total of 100,000 views, which, that blows my mind every single time I see it, you know. I mean, I can't stress, not even stress it, I can't say it enough on how little I really thought that my channel would end up becoming when I first created it. When I first created it back in, I want to say 2009 or so, back when I didn't even have a microphone, I was doing Metroid Fusion walkthrough with no commentary because I didn't have a microphone, I didn't have anything, I just recorded myself playing it, uploaded it, and, you know, after a while it just started getting a little bit boring for me, and I kind of closed it down for about 2 years, till I finally went on my way to buy a microphone and brought it up. And I really, even when I started doing audio with my videos, I really didn't expect it to go anywhere. You know, I just wanted to do something for fun, talk about games, you know, and if like, you know, I expected at the most for like 50 people to be interested and be like, oh, hey, you know, it's kind of cool. And, you know, the fact that I'm sitting 3 subscribers off of 200 and like, you know, 10,000 views away from reaching 100,000. I mean, it seriously does blow my mind, the fact that you people have tolerated me for this long, especially the ones that have been subscribed to me for ever since, you know, I started doing Boost Fury, you know, the ones that subscribed to me almost 2 years ago and have stuck with me ever since. I mean, you guys deserve some sort of award for putting up with me for that long. I mean, I swear to God, especially, you know, some videos I went out of my way to badmouth my fans as a joke, but at the same time, you know, it's like, you know, anyone that goes out and badmouths their fans even as a joke, some fans might not even take it all that funny and take it a little bit too seriously, but you guys have stuck through it, and goddamn, I don't know why you people keep watching me. And especially now, you know, because I've been doing games that just take forever. Obviously, Phoenix Wright, Pokemon. I'm in the middle of doing Bioshock Infinite, which has been pretty fun so far, but even that one's a little bit long. And I haven't really gone too far on my way to like play games that are a little bit shorter. You know, the shortest game I did was like 3 parts with Comic Zone, but every other game I played hits up to like 20 parts or so. And because, you know, again, I'm not making any money for this, that's why, you know, when I go a week without uploading, you know, that's why I can go a week without uploading, because, you know, I'm not exactly getting paid for this. This is not my job. It's just something I do for fun. But, you know, at the same time, because it's not my job and I don't go out of my way to upload every single day, you know, I mean, I started off at only doing like 1 upload every week, then moving up to like 3 uploads every week, and now I'm pretty much at 4. But there are some channels out there that'll do like 2 to 3 uploads every single day, you know, and the fact that I've even grown to be able to do 4 videos a week is quite something. And, you know, again, it's a testament to you fans for being able, you know, for sticking with it, watching me, and, you know, just, you know, there's no reason for people, you know, for us YouTube users to be doing this if we didn't have an audience that appreciate what we did. And you know, you people that are subscribed to me really do appreciate, you know, what I do, and what my friends Topsy Hatley and Code Black do. You know, you guys really appreciate us, and, you know, from all 3 of us, you know, from the bottom of our hearts, you know, there is a big stern thank you, because, you know, if it really wasn't, I mean, I'd still be doing this even now, probably not upload as much, but you know, even if I still was only at 50, you know, like I predict, you know, like I thought that the total amount I would ever get, you know, I'd still be doing this. But, you know, knowing the amount that I have that's following me that actually enjoys the work I do, I mean, it really means a lot. And that's why, you know, I'm starting to try and do more of it. I'm trying to expand myself to playing more. You know, I just recently bought one, you know, Gex Enter the Gecko, a game that I would always rent when I was a kid, but never went on my way to buy. And I figured, you know, a couple days ago, you know what, maybe it's about time I go ahead and go out of my way to buy that game, play it, see if I'm still good at it, which, I kind of am, but there's so many things I just don't remember from when I was a kid. But eventually do a Let's Play of it, because that was one of my favorite childhood games. I rented it weekly because of how much fun it was. But now that we're kind of done with Team Rocket. We still have a few more to do, but that's not going to be till the next part, because we're 20 minutes in. Last thing I'm going to be doing is showing you here. There's some items. We're in the basement of the department store, and there's some items you can get. Now, the only way to get to those items is what you have to do is you have to go into the elevator, ride back up to floor number 1, then ride back down to the basement floor, and once you enter in, the boxes are going to be moved in a way that you can go to a new area. As you can see, the boxes there weren't there before, and now I'm able to go out and get this one item, which is a Ultra Ball, and then go back in right to floor number 1, back to the basement floor to get the last 2 items, and that's pretty much all we're going to be doing for the day. But once again, I know lately I've been doing videos thanking everyone that watches me, but again, I can't thank you guys enough for actually going out of your way to watch me, and for those of you who've been with me so long to actually stick with me. I mean, 200 subscribers to me is a really big thing. It may not sound that big compared to other groups that has like 50,000, to almost 100,000 subscribers, but to just a little guy like me that's just doing this for fun, not making it into a job, just playing games for fun and just uploading them, for a guy like me, it really is quite amazing, and it does mean a lot that people actually do enjoy watching what I'm doing and actually give me the support they've been giving me, and you guys are awesome. And because of that, if I have ideas for what games I want to do walkthroughs and Let's Plays of, but by all means, if you guys have any ideas, if you want to see me play a game, if you want to see me take up a challenge, if you guys want me to do something, play some sort of game, I will go out of my way and do it, because that's how much I appreciate you guys. But that's all we have for this part. I will see you guys in the next part.